we did finally make it to Baltimore, but it's not the 30-hour Baltimore layover where we stay in Annapolis like we were supposed to have. And it's not even the hotel that we stay at when we are within Baltimore. I don't think this is a hotel that we normally use for flight attendants or flight deck crews. And I'm glad for that because it has been noisy here tonight. Like somebody right now at 2 o'clock in the morning is going in and out of their front door. And I don't know about you guys, but if I'm leaving my hotel room at ungodly hours of the night, I close the door gently, you know? I don't just let it slam shut behind me, but I guess that's just me. There was also an issue with music being played really, really loudly till past midnight. And it is a Saturday. It was a Saturday night. But now that it is past 2 o'clock in the morning, it's a Sunday. But still, I find that a little bit rude, if you ask me. So I was trying to wait for a good, quiet moment to make a little ramble, and it's never gotten all that quiet here, because there's like a buzzing sound in the room, and I don't know if that's pipes or AC or lights or what. I do know that I have the air conditioning in the room off because I turned off the thermostat. But long story short, I just hope that there's not too much background noise to make this video not relaxing. the smartest way to stack it all in the layers that I'm going to shove it into my backpacking pack. And then I have to do plant chores. I've got a couple of terracotta spikes that I'm going to use with wine bottles to self-water my 3 very large pot plants, and then I will be drenching all of my plants with water, regardless of whether or not they need it. Because Sheffield Plants on YouTube says that they can handle being overwatered once or twice just before you go on vacation, so that the water doesn't dry out for quite a long time and they can survive with you being gone. He does not recommend plant sitters because you can't really trust people, and I don't know anybody anyway, so I got a pet sitter for the cats, and all of their stuff is situated. My cat sitter came over the other day and I introduced her to all the cats. We exchanged all the important information. I walked her through everything that needs to get done, which is really not much stuff at all. And so after I pack, it'll really just be a matter of watering all my plants like crazy, and then I have little self-watering globes for the other ones. I hope that they don't overwater. I'm hoping that the globes will only dispense additional water as the soil dries a bit. Which I know terracotta is good at doing, but these are just small plastic globes because not all my plants are big enough for using terracotta spikes. And then the really small plants that I have, the tiny ones, I have some cloches that I bought to try to give them some good humidity. And I'm gonna move all the ones that are in the window or close to a window. I'm gonna pull them back away from the window so they get less heat and hopefully don't dry out as quickly. And hopefully they will all be okay. They'll all be okay. It feels like it is fast approaching because A, it is, and also because this is all very last minute. I've known since like January when I was going to be having my vacation, but I absolutely despise planning, so I didn't know what I was doing about it until 4 or 5-ish days ago. So that's kind of how I operate. But I'm very excited, and I'm not going to sleep then aside from wanting to carve out time to do all of that, I also just want to deprive myself of sleep, considering that I will be in for about like 20 hours of flying, like 20 hours actually in the air, plus many more hours of traveling through airports. So it is going to be a long, full entire day of traveling. And then, so I want to deprive myself of sleep purposefully so that I can sleep through most of the flight. Most of the long flight, my first flight, which is going to be like a 15 hour flight. I want to be able to just sleep right through that, ideally. My second flight, I think, is like 5 hours. And then that should get me to Chiang Mai on April 2nd in like the early to mid-evening, I think, if I remember correctly. And the hiking portion of my trip in Thailand starts on the 4th, which gives me all of the 3rd to mostly spend just getting jet-lagged and trying to acclimate to the temperature, because it's going to be so hot and I'm going to struggle immensely with that heat. It's gonna be like low hundreds, which growing up in California, I've had that annually. There's always a point in East County, San Diego, where I grew up, inland, every year it always got to be that hot at some point. I remember years where it would get to be like 118 degrees. And was I happy about it? No. But I was okay. So I know I can do it. But I moved coastal in San Diego when I moved to downtown when I was 19. So from age 19 to 26, nearly 27, I really did not experience hot temperatures. It maybe got to be like 80 on a bad day, but it was usually like 60s, 70s. And obviously, since I've moved to Minnesota, I've had winters, but in Minnesota it actually does get insanely hot in the summer, and I hate it. Minnesota sucks, man, I swear to God, because it gets so hot in the summer, and I'm bracing for it, because we're in spring right now. We're at the tail end of winter, transitioning into spring, and I know that heat is coming, and it was so difficult to deal with how hot it got in Minnesota last year, because it gets humid as well. So that's gonna be difficult, because in Thailand it's gonna be both. It's gonna be extremely hot and extremely humid with a very high UV index. So lots of sunscreen and hopefully just the overall enjoyment for everything that I am going to experience while I'm over there will help soldier me on through it. beginning of April. I'll be gone for at least 2.5, more like 3 weeks. So this is gonna be my last upload for a little bit. Sorry it was such a lazy,